All right, if you're a CBSE student anywhere from class 1 to 10, you're going to want to listen to this. There's a new mandatory project coming your way, and it's set to completely shake up how you learn. It's called the Art Integrated Project. So, what is it? Why is it compulsory now? And most importantly, what do you actually need to do? Let's dive in and break it all down.
First things first, let's be super clear about this. This isn't just a friendly suggestion from your school. Nope. This is an official directive coming straight from the top, the Central Board of Secondary Education. That means this applies to every single CBSE school, and it's now a core part of your curriculum. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oh, great. More homework, right? But just hold on a second. The whole point of this is to get you away from the textbooks and into some real hands-on creativity. So yeah, it's mandatory, but it's also designed to be one of the most interesting and honestly fun assignments you'll probably do all year. So here's our game plan. First, we'll cover the absolute basics of this new project. Then we'll get to the really unique part, how it connects the entire country through art. After that, we'll get into the fun stuff, what your project can actually be. And finally, we'll cover the crucial details on grading and the fine print that you absolutely cannot afford to miss.
Okay, let's jump right into part 1, your new mandatory project. This is all about the what and the why behind this major update.
So, here's the bottom line. This project is mandatory for every student from class 1 all the way up to class 10. You'll have to complete at least one art-integrated project per year, and it's going to count towards your subject enrichment marks.
But what in the world does art-integrated learning even mean? It sounds fancy, but it's a pretty cool idea. It's basically using art, things like painting, music, drama, dance, as a tool to understand topics in totally different subjects. So think about learning geometric patterns by creating a piece of traditional folk art, or maybe understanding a history lesson by putting on a short play. That's the goal here. And this idea didn't just appear out of thin air. It's a huge piece of India's National Education Policy 2020. The whole vision is to make learning more joyful and to connect students like you with India's incredible artistic and cultural heritage. It's about bringing life and culture into every single classroom.
All right, on to our second section, because this is where the project gets really ambitious. It's actually designed to reach far beyond the walls of your classroom and connect you with the entire country. That's a pretty big claim, right? How can one project in your class build a bridge across all of India? Well, the answer lies in a really clever system of cultural exchange.
Check this out. Every state and union territory in India has been paired with another one. So if you're a student in West Bengal, your project is going to be a deep dive into the art and culture of Tamil Nadu. If you're in Karnataka, you'll be exploring the amazing traditions of Ladakh. It's basically a massive, mandatory cultural exchange program right from your own desk. This whole system is part of the National Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat program. The name pretty much means One India, Great India. And its whole purpose is to build stronger bonds of understanding and appreciation between people from all different parts of the country. Your project is a small but really meaningful piece of that huge, important vision. Okay, time for section 3. We've covered the why, so now let's get to the really fun part, the what. What can your project actually look like? This is where your imagination gets to take the lead. The CBSE has laid out a pretty clear 4-step process. First, you'll pick a topic connected to your paired state. Second, you get your hands dirty and actually create the project. Third, it gets assessed by your teachers. And finally, you reflect on what you learned. It's a simple structure for a very creative task. So, what can you actually make? Well, the possibilities are wide open. You could go the visual route, maybe sketching the landscapes of your paired state, creating a collage of its cultural icons, or trying a traditional art form like monoprinting to tell a story. If you love the stage, you're in luck. Your group could learn and perform a traditional folk dance, sing a song in the regional language of your paired state, or write and act out a short skit about one of its famous legends or historical moments. And of course, there are all kinds of hands-on crafts. You could use clay to model famous monuments, design and create puppets based on local folklore, or even explore the unique textile arts, like block printing or weaving, that your paired state is famous for. Now, there are a few very important ground rules. This is a group activity, so you'll be working in teams of 4 to 5. And listen up, because this is a big one. The project must use eco-friendly, low-cost, and locally available materials. It is explicitly designed not to be a financial burden on your parents. The focus is on your research and creativity, not on who can buy the most expensive supplies. And that brings us to our final and absolutely crucial section, grading and the fine print. This is the information that everyone, students and parents, needs to hear, especially if you're in classes 9 and 10. Here's the breakdown on grading. For classes 1 to 8, it's considered part of your regular internal assessment. For classes 9 and 10, it's officially a subject enrichment activity. And for class 10 students, the marks you get will be collected by the board and will be part of your final internal assessment scores. So yes, they definitely count. To make it all official, your school is required to upload the details of your completed project to an online CBSE portal called Kalasetu. This is the formal system for tracking that every student has fulfilled the requirement. Now, this is the single most important detail for all you Class X students, so please pay close attention. Your school cannot download your admit card for the board exams until your project details are uploaded to that portal. Let me put that more simply. No project, no admit card. It is absolutely 100% mandatory.
So, there you have it, the complete guide to the CBSE Art Integrated Project. It's mandatory, it's graded, and it's driven by a huge vision of creativity and national unity. It's a chance to learn a new way, to create something unique, and to connect with a different part of India. So now that you know the rules of the game, the only real question is, what story will you and your team choose to tell?